I'll make this a super short but very important video if you want to make money this week. No webinars, no free masterclasses, don't smash nothing, don't buy nothing. I'm just gonna get to the point and give you the research that I see happening in the market. I'm going to cover the market itself, what we saw with Jerome Powell, as well as certain key stocks that I'm holding like Palantir, Tesla. I'm gonna just get into it. SoFi, let's go into SoFi first. So look, SoFi right now is in a really interesting position. My portfolio is still doing very well. Okay, this week we had some volatility, but I have a very strong feeling of what's gonna happen for the rest of the market. And I'm telling you right now, for the most part, we are business as usual. Certain stocks are going to keep pulling back, while other stocks are going to rebound and they're going to do just fine because we're at some key support levels as well as the floor for AMD, for example. So look, SoFi Technologies is a really powerful stock. And I'm telling you right now, I recommended last week to sell a put option. This week, I'm still recommending selling a put option because it was actually very, very profitable to sell $15 puts. $15 puts right now, despite the volatility, despite what we see from Jerome Powell, despite what we see with some investors getting scared, selling $15 puts on SoFi is an absolute no-brainer. You sell 15 puts because it's an optimal entry. The stock is over $15. So even if the market pulls back 2-3%, you're still going to be profitable. And at worst, you get to purchase SoFi and you get to hold it. And I think this stock is honestly a millionaire maker. If you look at the market cap, honestly, look at the market cap of SoFi. If I scroll down here, you can see that the market cap is $16.67 billion. This stock can be a $50 billion market cap if it 3x's. And it's not that huge, so having a 3x return isn't unreasonable in the next, several years. I'm not going to be, trying to predict the future here and say it's going to happen in a month. No, it's going to take some time. But listen, what you want to do in this market is dollar cost average into the best companies. And SoFi for me is an absolute hold. This is the easiest hold. And even if the stock goes to a market valuation of $34 billion, that's still a 2x on your money. So you're looking at 2x or 3x return. In 2025, I would say that we can see the stock at $25 per share. So what I would do is I would sell some put options. And the honest truth is, why am I a believer in SoFi? It's because of innovation and disruption. Okay, innovation and disruption is why I'm investing in this company. And I'm just looking at my notes right here. They essentially are developing a comprehensive mobile app, right? This mobile app allows customers to manage various financial products and services all in one place. I really like the simplicity, and that's also why I personally use Robinhood, because it's more simple than the other brokerages. And simplicity is what people want nowadays. Why do you think Amazon did so well? It's because everything gets delivered fast. Everyone gets their dopamine hit right away and they get exactly what they want. SoFi is exactly that. It's like the fast food of banking. And by combining technological payments, by combining banking businesses into one agile model, SoFi is challenging the standard banking structure. They're challenging these old banks. Guys, when I used to work at Goldman Sachs, it was literally like, 1987 Wall Street. If you've seen the movie Wall Street, it's literally like 1987. The systems are outdated. The office looks old. I mean, everything is super outdated and everything looks super old. And when you take a look at SoFi, it's basically just like a no-brainer play because banks are dinosaurs and SoFi is an obvious play because they're innovating and disrupting. That's why you see some of the top investors jumping into this company. So in terms of what's going to happen this week, I think it's a really crucial time for you to sell put options. If you have cash, sell put options on SoFi. I would go for the 15 sell put, and I would do that for January expiration. To wrap it up with SoFi, the last thing I want to say is SoFi is set to benefit from falling interest rates. That's another big benefit, right? We actually have inflation under control, guys, from the research that I see and from, looking at the market. I spent several hours actually looking at resources, studying the market, and I think inflation is under control. And interest rates, as they fall lower, SoFi is going to benefit. And this is going to be actually, as Trump enters the office and as we get into 2025, not only are we going to be in a fire market, as we saw, Dan Ives said fire, this market's going to be fire. Okay, I also am in belief of that as well, but it's also going to be a fantastic time due to favorable regulatory environment, right? Look at the regulatory environment, guys. When regulations go down, which Trump is probably going to do, and Republicans on that side, right? I don't have a side. I don't care. Democrats and Republicans are the same thing to me. I'm only thinking about how can I become better? How can I put more money in your guys' pockets? Who's actually speaking there as the politician doesn't really matter to me. But look, it's a fact. Regulatory environment is going to be better, and that's a benefit for Tesla, and that's a benefit for SoFi. Potential tax reforms. This is going to be a very huge competitive advantage, and this is going to help SoFi compete very, heavily against the traditional banks. So I expect them to continue to take share, and I reiterate a $15 entry into this stock by selling puts. All right, let's go into the next stock. Well, actually, it's going to be SPY. I want to talk a little bit about the general market and what I see in the market going into the Santa Claus rally. So for many of you guys, and actually for a lot of my students, we made money like hand over fist. We really crushed it. However, a lot of questions are coming to me right now. Do we still see a bull market? And for me, the answer is yes, we're still in a bull market. And just giving you my 3 points real fast about SPY. Looking at reduced market liquidity as we head into the holiday season is actually an issue because there's a reduction of trading volume, right? Even in my one-on-one coaching, there's a reduction of people booking calls right now because we're going into the holiday season. People are busy, people are traveling, people are on vacation, they're with your wife, you're with your husband, right? You're with your kids, you're with your family. So just understanding that there's going to be less liquidity right now in the market and there's going to be less trading volume, which is actually kind of bad for option trading specifically because the bid ask spread widens. And since there's less volume going on, there's wider bid ask spread, there's more slippage cost, and it's a bit more expensive to trade. But look, there's two sides to the coin, okay? With trading, you guys already know there's never like a green light. This is green light, red light. It's always somewhere in between, and you need to analyze and make your own high quality decisions, right? I'm obviously here, if you're subscribed to this channel, I keep giving you insights on what makes money because I want to light your wealth on fire. I want you to make as much money as possible in this market. That's my goal. Obviously, I also like making money. I make a ton of money from the stock market. I also do coaching, which clearly everyone on YouTube sells something. For me, I try to do the very bare minimum of that, and I try to give as much as possible for free because at the end of the day, my goal is to educate and grow a large community here, and I'll just feast and eat a whole bunch of good, food and just, celebrate and make money. That's what's changed my life. So look, getting to the point, the Santa Claus rally, the period right now that we're in is really interesting because I expect a bullish move on Monday. And I think going into Christmas, this is going to be a really optimistic time for a lot of investors. Despite the volatility, typically what happens is we have a Santa Claus rally. Also, what happens in January, there's typically a January effect where the stock market pumps up. So this is like the best time to be bullish, even though we've had a little bit of short-term pain here with a little bit of an overreaction. I'm going to cover the overreaction in just a second. But look, there's a lot of optimism in the market, and I would say that we're still on the optimistic track to have a 25% return in tech stocks in 2025 and for the next 9 days of this year. Look, or the next 8 days, whatever, we're going to have success. And I think that we are going to see a Santa Claus rally. And this is a really interesting situation because from one perspective, you have less people trading, and then the people that are trading are making a lot more money. There's a whole big disparity right now at the end of the year with people just making a ton of money while others just, miss out. And that's because actually hedge funds, some of them have vacations. Some of them also, they're not coming to work. So it's actually a really huge opportunity to take money from other people, to be honest with you. So that's my goal, is to outperform the market. And just looking at the NASDAQ, we have seen significant gains. And this reflects, the optimism despite earlier rate concerns. We have some rate concerns, but you look at NASDAQ, the thing is wild. I mean, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to go into my stocks, but I just want to tell you I'm bullish on the market. And let's jump into the actual next stock. The next stock is Palantir. And just starting off real quick, we saw that Tom Lee, he said, buy the market dip. I cannot reiterate that enough, guys. I see way too much panic. I see way too much overreaction in this market. I think this is a big buying opportunity. And here's a 20-second clip just reconfirming what I'm saying with Tom Lee saying it.
This is another buying opportunity in our view. 2024 has proven to be a year where the market's been strong and it has eluded many opportunities for sustained weakness. I know yesterday's pullback was really painful, but to us, I think the fundamental supporting stocks are intact, and I think it's a good opportunity for investors here.
All right, guys, so that was 20 seconds. Listen, Palantir is trying for $80 per share. Palantir wants to hit 80, okay? I'm telling you guys, I'm super pumped up Palantir to hit $80 per share, right? You can see it, right? You guys already know. I'm buying this stock hand over fist. And that's because I believe in it. It's a no-brainer. Just understand, Palantir is trying for $80 per share, and they have surged, 350% this year. 350%, okay? They have surged because people understand that this is an obvious play. They just recently had a $400 million partner extension. An extension, by the way, is a lot more better than an initial contract, guys, because when you initially get a customer, get a client, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of negotiation. It takes a lot of cost, right? Palantir executives are trying to close a deal. They have all these meetings and there's all these costs and time. But to extend a contract, it's like this, right? It's like when I do a good job with my one-on-one students, they're like, Henry, I want to keep working with you. I had a fantastic year. Let's have another year. That's an extension. That's way better than a new person because I already have a built relationship with them. It's already easy from a coaching perspective for me, right? Same thing for a company, right? They have success. They sign a $400 million contract. Boom, it's easy, right? That's easy money for Palantir to just, make a lot of money, and a lot of money on the top line. This is actually, by the way, higher profit margin, because when you have a $400 million extension, more of that actually hits the bottom line. So guys, I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up. Literally, this is a really big deal. And just understanding the application of Palantir's AI, it has so many vast ways of being applied. We don't even understand. You guys don't even understand. I'm telling you, this stuff actually blows my mind. When I research into Palantir and I look at aerospace, when I look at defense, I'm shocked, because Palantir, it's a company that I want to own. You know, we talked about this in the prior video. When I look at the body language, the CEO, right, Alex Karp, his body language is not changing, guys. His body language is, I'm confident. I think, you know, he thinks it's going to go to the moon. The best indicator of a stock doing well is the CEO speaking, right? That's why I look at Elon Musk relationship with Trump. That's why I look at AMD CEO, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. And when I look at Palantir, when I look at the body languages of Alex Karp, I'm telling you, don't miss out. And right now we have a really awesome opportunity. Like I'm telling you, let me move here from the SoFi. Let me show you Palantir. Let me show you how much of this stock I own and what I'm doing with it. Because, you know, this stock, there you go. A lot of people are like, oh, Henry, you're wrong. This stock is going to $70. Well, in the same day, it hit 80. So like, listen, take a chill pill, relax. We're gonna make money. Don't panic. Like, you just have to place some, look, you don't have to trust me. Just use common logic, okay? Just use common logic, right? I just want you to make as much money as possible. I'm clearly making money, made $300,000 on Palantir. Every time you guys look at my Palantir position, I'm profiting not just from the stock, but from the options. So I have this stock at an average cost of $21. I'm making a lot of money on Palantir, and on the options themselves, I had leap options in my other portfolio. Right now, I see an opportunity to sell puts at $75 for January expiration and for March expiration. Diversify, guys. You can go for 2 different expiration dates. Always be selling options for income. All right, you can buy leap options, which I've been saying, but as we reach a market high, I'm a little bit less enthusiastic. I hope you understand me that we have already made so much money that the leaps that I currently have on Palantir, the leaps that I have on SoFi and Tesla, I'm just holding. I wouldn't necessarily put a whole lot more into buying strategies right now. And it's not that I'm not a bull anymore. I am, but when you see a little bit of a market pullback and a little bit of volatility, you do also have to take down your risk level, okay? It's like you're getting a warning sign. You have to understand the warning sign is, you know, it doesn't mean that we've shifted course, but it means take it easy a little bit. Use your mind and properly get into positions at a good price. So I haven't been recommending selling puts for a little bit because I've been making insane amounts of money, guys. I'm absolutely double retired now from this market going up, because you know we're made over 15% in a single month, right? And as you continue to scale, that becomes like insane amounts of money. For Palantir at $80, I'm still bullish. I think the stock is heading towards $85 per share, and I don't see any changes with modern warfare stopping. Unfortunately, I continue to see a shift in cyber and AI driven strategies, which Palantir is positioned extremely well for, and they're a leader and they're transforming how wars are fought, right? And when it comes to AI driven strategies, that's how wars are fought nowadays. So, you know, like it or not, I don't really like it, the whole tension with the Middle East and Russia and Ukraine. But look, the picture is clear. Palantir is making money. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm just telling you the facts. We've seen folks like Dan Ives say this is the Messi of AI. It is. It is the Messi of AI, because you have the best CEO, you have the best technology, you have the best momentum. Like, what are you hoping to get otherwise? Like, we have Nvidia, we have, I'll cover Nvidia and Tesla. These are also very popular stocks. It's hard to pick. You should have all of these stocks in your portfolio. So let's just get into the next one. You know, for Palantir, my vision is pretty clear there. My position is pretty clear. Let's go into Tesla. Now, Tesla, I've made a lot of money, but Tesla is also one of the most volatile stocks out there. So at one point, I made over 400K on Tesla in just one of my portfolios. Now I have 200K in this portfolio on a gain. I doubled my money. Here I have it at $218 per share, 1,000 shares. And then my other portfolio, I actually did sell a covered call. All right, I did sell a covered call. I'm going to talk about why I sold a covered call and what I see happening for Tesla for the end of 2025, essentially. So I'm going to try to hurry up right now. I have a 475 covered call. I sold this 475 for January for the short term, because I think that Tesla can bounce. We can get a recovery, but we're not gonna go above $475 per share in the next 30 days. Like, that's plenty of room still. So, you know, I'm up on the option itself, and I'm also up on the stock. I mean, guys, options is super beautiful, because, you know, when I saw this stock pull back, I said to myself, like, okay, the momentum is a little bit broken at the moment. There's a little bit of an interruption, and I want to make premium. So I still see $500 per share in 2025, but I want to make some money in premium, guys. I want to collect some premium, and I think now is a good time. So I'm gonna, recommend that you guys take a look. And obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just the guy who's made multiple seven figures, almost going on eight figures, almost on option trading. So I want you to understand that selling premium is wise right now since we did get an interruption. I will also say that I'm still holding the 330 leap option. And I did get a lot of my one-on-one students that asked me, is it time to basically close out and take a profit? On my actually, I had a group call as well. I do Mondays and Wednesdays group calls in my Discord, and essentially I said, look, it can be time right now to take 50% reduction in your leap options. If you made a lot of money, cash out some chips off the table. Now is the time to cash out a bit. I'm going from becoming a mega bull where I made more money than anyone else on the YouTube platform. I made more money and I recommended the best stocks. I've been on fire. But let's be honest, the party can't continue forever. So I'm gonna just say I'm still bullish, but I'm becoming a little bit down to neutral, and I'm becoming a little bit more relaxed where we are in the market cycle. So when it comes to taking some chips off the table, if you're feeling nervous right now in this market, which I don't blame you, we do see some volatility. I'm going to show you some better plays in this video, but when it comes to Tesla, take some profit off the table, take some money off the 350 leap, and do like a 50% reduction, guys. That's fine. So in addition to that, I think catching momentum right now is super important. So we want to catch proper momentum, and taking a look at Tesla, we've had a huge pullback, but I think it's going to be business as usual. As I said in the beginning of this video, we're going to still be in an uptrend market. So this week I expect the prices to stabilize, and I think I've shown you guys a clip yesterday about repricing. Okay, when you see repricing in the market, some folks say it's going to take a day to reprice. Some people say it's going to take a month, and even the best investors say, "Oh, we're going to go into a bear market to crash." Listen, let's be logical here. Let's be logical. We're trying to make money. Let's not become bears. Okay, that's stupid. All right, what you want to do is, we don't know if repricing will be a day or a week. I personally think that we're going to have repricing just for one day. I honestly think we're back to a bull market, and we just saw that. Like, we literally saw that. Everyone panicked, and I got all these messages. My phone blew up because on my one-on-one coaching, I let everyone text me. So I had a whole difficult day on Friday with a bunch of messages where I had to become like a therapist. And that's fine. That's I enjoy this, right? I want to help you. But just being honest, I think we're going to get a stabilization in the market and we're just back to business as usual. So, if I'm looking at Tesla, I would say I'm going to keep holding shares. And when I looked at some of the data from the market, like the personal consumption expenditures, the PCE, as they call it, right? I looked at the PCE report. It's not a big deal. We see a strong rally later on in the market because there was clearly an overreaction. The numbers are pretty good. This is proof, of course, by the way, that there's a lot of confusion in the market, which is actually a good thing. If you actually listen to what I'm saying, I'm going to make you richer than you thought was possible. Because a lot of people, they don't understand how to invest. And this market right now has a lot of beginners, which unfortunately are losing money because they're not trading properly. If you trade properly, you understand the setup, you understand what price they get in, it's honestly been the easiest time to make money. Money is super easy, to be honest, because there's a lot of people. It's a very competitive game. There's way too many people that don't have the proper information. And there's so many channels now on YouTube that the more channels that are out there, the more confusion there is in the market. So I've actually noticed that I have had better results the more YouTubers are, selling their master classes and webinars and courses and boot camps and all this nonsense. I actually see an improvement in results right now in trading itself because there's actually a lot of kind of dumb money in the market. So I just want to point out that there's a lot of opportunity to make money right now, and I think you can really scale your portfolio fast. Even though we see some volatility, this is the best time to scale your portfolio. And there's a very clear trajectory from folks that know what they're doing that they don't. And for me, I had just 3 mil not that long ago. I'm at over 4 mil in one portfolio. The other portfolio, which I do keep private, it is for my one-on-one students because I'm doing different types of strategies. I'm doing more buying strategies. I'm doing a little bit of margin trading, and I already provide all the value that I need to for my Discord. So in my other portfolio, I decided to take on a little bit more risk, and it's been extremely easy to scale. Like, I had 2 mil in that, and now it's like I've had even a bigger return than I have in my main portfolio. So I want you to understand that this 3% pullback, right, is not a big deal. And actually, we're still going to be headed into a bull market when it comes to other stocks as well. Let me get into the other stock. Let me wrap it up with Tesla. HODL Tesla. Keep holding Tesla. Take some profits on your 330 and 350 leap call options, which I recommended. If you have shares, then go ahead and sell the 475 covered call option, collect some premium, make some gains, and you're good, right? Next one is Nvidia. And let me be honest, we found the floor. We found a hard floor, okay? We found a floor that's made of wood and we're good. We found crazy support on Nvidia. I am the most bullish on Nvidia right now because I said sell 130 puts, and that was a really good decision because we're hovering right around 130. Let me show you the position right now. I actually have a lot of Nvidia shares in my other portfolio, but in this portfolio, I just have 3 positions. I did end up selling shares because I have to pay some taxes and actually withdrew money from my portfolio. So my portfolio is actually even more than the 4.2 mil that you see. I just had to withdraw some money because I got to pay year-end Christmas bonuses and pay for salaries and stuff like that for the folks on my team, the coaches and my team that supports me and allows me to deliver the best results in the world to my one-on-one clients that I'm helping trade options. And I did have to sell my Nvidia shares. I don't currently have any shares in this portfolio. I still have a lot of shares in the other. In this one, I just have 3 option positions, which I think is really important for you to understand. I'll click into one of them, but let me first cover the 129 sell put. 129 sell put is easy. 130 sell put is easy. This is easy money. Like, look at the premium right here. It's $400, which is well over 3%. You can make over 3% in a month, even in bear market, bull market, whatever. Nvidia has a hard floor. It has a hard support. Just understand, take a look at the 3-month chart. We have a hard bounce. We've had a hard bounce from 132. We have a hard bounce from 135. We have an even harder bounce from 128. This is not rocket science, guys. This is simple logic. Like, Nvidia has some of the best technicals. It has some of the best fundamentals. It's an AI play, and I have 2 different debit spreads. Actually, this is a poor man's covered call. I'll briefly go into this. This video is getting a little bit long, so let me try to make it as fast as possible. I do respect your time. Let's just say here, I got the 120 call, which I purchased, and then I sold the 150 short-term call. So this is a leap option. Buy leap options on 120 on Nvidia for September 19 expiration, and then basically sell covered calls against it. I think this is a no-brainer. It has a very reasonable valuation, and the floor is here. This is the #1 safe stock that I have in this market right now. The rest of the market, I'm bullish, but this is safe. I would say Nvidia is my #1 safe stock, probably next to AMD, which is the next stock I want to cover. AMD also has a hard floor. So AMD has fallen a lot, and this stock has really strong support as well. So just in general, AMD and Nvidia are the top 2 plays. And AMD specifically, they intend to provide some of the competition for AI chips that the market really desperately wants, right? Because right now, Nvidia is dominating and the pricing isn't the best for Nvidia, right? Why are they making so much money? Because it's a scarce resource and they're charging an arm and a leg for their graphics processing units, right? So they're charging an arm and a leg. So the market really does need some competition. So AMD, I'm looking at it, and this stock is just way too cheap. It's just way too cheap. It continues to go down, and this is like a really strong value play. This stock was over $104, and in the past 1 year, I mean, the stock is down 13% in a bull market. So, I understand that some people have concerns over AMD, but just taking a look at where we are at the 52-week low, I'm going to be selling right at the money. Puts, 120. Sell puts for January 17 expiration. I see a really strong support. I see a very strong bounce coming from AMD at some point. I don't know if it's going to be this week, but I'm telling you, we're going to have a strong bounce. So you can sell 120 puts. You can also buy a bull call spread. I'm going to cover that bull call spread in my Monday call. To wrap it up, though, the CEO is fantastic. Lisa Su, she's focused on innovation, efficiency, and identifying where AMD can excel. So at some point, she's going to hit it hard, and AMD is just going to be fine. So this is an urgent market update. Take all of this, really listen to it. Hope that you're subscribed, and I'm going to keep providing this to you every single week for you to navigate the market better. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a blessed day and have a blessed week. Let's make some money.